Well, hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is brought to you by Filton Packaging, your trusted Australian flexible packaging manufacturer, delivering quartz technology for sharper detail, smoother solids, and gravure-level print quality. We begin this week with packaging reform moving into the national supply chain spotlight after federal ministers convened an urgent industry roundtable on plastic supply pressures linked to the ongoing Middle East conflict. PKN has been reporting on this for some time. Hosted by Environment Minister Murray Watt, Agriculture Minister Julie Collins and Industry Minister Tim Ayres, the roundtable brought together representatives from the food, plastics and packaging sectors to assess the impact of global disruption on polymer and plastic resin supply into Australia. In a significant development for the packaging industries, ministers confirmed that discussions also examined the role packaging and recycling reforms could play in strengthening supply chain resilience. The conversation positions packaging reform not only as an environmental issue now, but increasingly as a matter of sovereign manufacturing capability and food security. Minister Ayres said the government was closely monitoring polymer and resin supply risks to ensure Australia could respond quickly to emerging shortages, while Minister Watt linked the discussion directly to recycling infrastructure and circular economy policy. In response, the Australian Beverages Council has renewed calls for urgent national packaging reform, warning that recent disruptions have exposed Australia's vulnerability in sourcing recycled plastics materials for both food and beverage packaging. Australian Beverages Council CEO Jeff Parker said the industry strongly supports nationally consistent packaging regulation and a national extended producer responsibility framework that recognises the role already played by container deposit schemes. Parker said Australia has an opportunity to build a stronger local recycling industry supporting food and beverage packaging while reducing reliance on overseas recycled resin supply chains. The council also pointed to the national CDS network as proof that industry-led circular economy initiatives can support domestic recycling infrastructure investment. Turning to some business news, circular economy company Close the Loop has sold its US-based ISP tech services business for $10 million as part of a strategic reset focused on strengthening its balance sheet and sharpening focus on packaging and resource recovery operations. The company said proceeds from the sale, alongside existing cash reserves, would be used to repay approximately $16 million in debt. Close the Loop chairman Grant Carman described the divestment as an important milestone in the company's transformation program. The business also flagged plans to introduce AI-driven process improvements across the organisation, while issuing FY27 EBITDA guidance of between $14 million and $16 million, supported by strong performance in its packaging and resource recovery divisions. That's $1 million. In wine packaging news, Chateau Tanunda is introducing a new 375ml format. It's a lightweight glass bottle manufactured by Aurora Glass with updated label designs across its Grand Barossa range. The winery said the lightweight bottle reduces the weight of a 6-pack carton by 720 grams, delivering a 6.8% reduction in carbon emissions. Michelle Gerber from Chateau Tanunda said the smaller format responds to growing moderation trends, with consumers increasingly focused on drinking less but drinking better. And finally, entrepreneur Benjamin Young, the founder of Frank Green, has launched a new venture called No Wrap, aimed at replacing single-use plastic pallet wrap with a reusable pallet securing system. According to the company, Australia uses around 100,000 tonnes of plastic pallet wrap each year, with most discarded after a single use. The Victorian-made system uses reusable corner brackets and high-tension straps designed to secure pallet loads without plastic wrapping. Young said the goal is to eliminate single-use plastic wrap altogether. Plastic pallet wrap, that is. Finally, a quick reminder of 3 upcoming events. Henkel and AIP are hosting a virtual site tour, details on our website. On the 3rd of June, the AIP is hosting a webinar with members who attended Interpack, sharing our insights on trends and tech observed on the show floor. And on the 25th of June, we're hosting the Women in Packaging Awards event in Melbourne. Bookings are open now and we'd love to see you all there. Well, that's all we have time for today, folks. For more on these and other stories, head on to packagingnews.com.au. Thank you to our sponsor, Filton Packaging, and thank you, as ever, for watching.